When we think of plant defenses, we might imagine thorns, poisonous berries, or noxious odors. However, some of the most fascinating and effective plant protection mechanisms operate on a microscopic scale. Enter trichomes, tiny hair-like structures that cover the surfaces of many plants, serving a variety of crucial functions from water conservation to pest defense. These minuscule appendages demonstrate nature's ingenuity in creating multipurpose tools for survival. What are trichomes? Trichomes are small protrusions found on the stems, leaves, and other surfaces of many plant species. While they often resemble tiny hairs, trichomes come in various forms and serve multiple purposes. Some are simple structures, while others are more complex, even capable of secreting chemicals to aid in plant defense. The word trichome comes from the Greek word trichoma, meaning growth of hair. However, as we'll explore, these structures are far more than just plant hair. They are sophisticated tools that plants have evolved to interact with their environment in remarkable ways. Trichomes and water conservation. One of the most practical functions of trichomes is their role in water conservation, a critical ability for plants, especially in drought-prone areas. A 2017 study published in the journal Rice demonstrated this function in a novel way. Researchers bred a gene into a domesticated strain of rice that caused the plants to grow more trichomes on their leaves. The result was striking. The hairy strain lost less water during photosynthesis compared to the original variety. This water retention came with a trade-off, as the plants also got hotter during the day, but the potential benefits are significant. The mechanism behind this water conservation lies in the trichome's effect on the boundary layer, a thin layer of air surrounding the leaf. The increased number of trichomes makes it more difficult for water to pass through this layer and escape from the leaf. This discovery has exciting implications for agriculture. As climate change continues to affect global weather patterns, developing crops that can resist drought or require less water could be crucial for food security. The study of trichomes could lead to more water-efficient varieties of important food crops, helping to address future agricultural challenges. Trichomes as environmental sensors. Beyond their role in water conservation, trichomes also serve as sophisticated environmental sensors for plants. A 2022 study published in Nature Communications revealed an unexpected function of trichomes in Arabidopsis, a plant in the mustard family that's widely used in plant genetics research. The study showed that trichomes can detect the physical impact of raindrops and other mechanical signals. When a raindrop hits a trichome, it triggers a pulse of calcium that spreads to the surrounding cells. This calcium signal, in turn, increases the expression of genes that help the plant recognize invading pathogens. But why would a plant need to gear up its immune system in response to rain? The researchers point out that many plant pathogens are spread by raindrops. Just as humans might be more susceptible to illness when caught in the rain, plants have evolved to prepare their defenses when they detect rainfall. This discovery highlights the sophisticated ways plants interact with their environment. Far from being passive, plants are constantly monitoring their surroundings and adjusting their physiology in response to potential threats. Trichomes as physical defenses. While sensing the environment and conserving water are important functions, some of the most dramatic roles of trichomes involve direct physical defense against plant-eating organisms. These defenses can be surprisingly brutal, demonstrating that the plant kingdom can be just as fierce as the animal kingdom when it comes to survival. The internal shredders. Horsenettle plant. One of the most striking examples of trichomes as weapons comes from the horsenettle plant. This plant has evolved spiky, resilient trichomes that can pass through the digestive tracts of caterpillars intact. But they don't just pass through harmlessly. They wreak havoc as they go. A 2017 study documented the effects of these trichomes on tobacco hornworm caterpillars. The researchers found that the caterpillars' guts were stretched, punctured, and torn by the trichomes. Understandably, the caterpillars showed a strong preference for avoiding diets that included these spike-laden plants. The study also demonstrated that silverleaf nightshade, a plant with similar trichomes, produced comparable results. Interestingly, tobacco plants, which have different types of trichomes, didn't elicit the same avoidance behavior from the caterpillars. This defense mechanism is a powerful deterrent against herbivores. By making themselves literally indigestible, these plants protect themselves from being eaten. It's a stark reminder that even seemingly defenseless plants can evolve formidable weapons. The insect trappers hook trichomes. Some plants take their trichome defenses a step further by actively trapping insects. These plants have structures called hooked trichomes, which can capture insects that come into contact with them. For a long time, researchers assumed this was a relatively passive process, occurring when insects walked across or bumped into a trichome. However, a 2017 study published in Frontiers in Plant Science revealed that the process can be much more targeted and, frankly, brutal. The researchers studied the interaction between leaf miner flies and kidney bean plants. While some flies did get their legs trapped by trichomes, as one might expect, this wasn't the most common occurrence. Instead, the researchers observed two primary methods of entrapment: mouthpart impalement. Most frequently, flies became impaled when they extended their mouthparts to feed on the plant. Ovipositor entrapment. The second most common method of entrapment involved female flies' ovipositors, the organ used to lay eggs. When a female fly attempted to lay eggs near a trichome, the ovipositor often became trapped. These methods of entrapment are particularly effective because they target the insects when they're most vulnerable, while feeding or laying eggs. Even if the insects manage to struggle free, they're likely to be injured and may avoid the plant in the future. This strategy rates highly on the list of effective predator defenses. It's a proactive approach that doesn't just deter insects but can actively harm or kill them, providing robust protection for the plant. The diversity of trichome functions. While we've focused on some of the more dramatic functions of trichomes, it's worth noting that these structures serve a wide variety of purposes in different plant species. Some additional functions include UV protection. In some plants, trichomes can reflect harmful UV radiation, protecting the plant's sensitive tissues. Temperature regulation. The reflective properties of some trichomes can help regulate leaf temperature, particularly in hot, sunny environments. Seed dispersal. In some species, trichomes on seeds can aid in wind dispersal or help seeds stick to animal fur for transportation. Chemical secretion. Some trichomes are glandular, capable of secreting various chemicals. These can include oils that give plants their characteristic scents, sticky substances that can trap small insects, irritants that deter herbivores, salt secretion. In some salt-tolerant plants, specialized trichomes can secrete excess salt, helping the plant maintain proper internal salt balance. Conclusion: trichomes, these microscopic plant hairs, are far more than simple appendages. They represent nature's ingenuity in creating multifunctional tools for survival. From conserving water and sensing the environment to defending against predators in surprisingly brutal ways, trichomes play crucial roles in plant life. The study of trichomes has implications that extend far beyond botany. Understanding how plants use these structures could lead to advancements in agriculture, helping to develop more drought-resistant crops. It could also inspire new technologies in fields like materials science or pest control. Moreover, the diverse and sophisticated functions of trichomes remind us of the complexity of plant life. Plants, often perceived as passive organisms, are engaged in constant, dynamic interactions with their environment. They sense, respond, and defend themselves in ways that can be just as intricate and effective as any animal's defenses. As we continue to study these microscopic structures, we're likely to uncover even more surprising functions and potential applications. The world of trichomes is a testament to the fact that in nature, even the smallest structures can play outsized roles in survival and adaptation. It's yet another example of how, when we look closely at the natural world, we find endless sources of wonder and inspiration.